CNN. Here's a look at crude oil reserves and production around the world. Facts. Crude oil is a form of liquid petroleum, extracted from rock formations and used for fuel and other purposes. Members of the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, produce about 37% of the world's crude oil, and possess almost 80% of the world's total proven crude oil reserves, according to OPEC and U.S. Energy Information Administration data. The 13 countries, members of OPEC, Algeria, Angola, Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Libya, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates and the following countries have the world's largest reserves of oil as of 2021, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration. Enter your email to subscribe to the CNN Business Newsletter. Close dialogue. Before markets open, start your day smart. Get essential news and analysis on global markets with CNN Business Daily Newsletter. Sign me up. No thanks. By subscribing, you agree to our privacy policy. Venezuela 304 billion barrels. Saudi Arabia 259 billion barrels. Iran 209 billion barrels. Canada 170 billion barrels, non-OPEC country. Iraq 145 billion barrels. Kuwait 102 billion barrels. United Arab Emirates 98 billion barrels. Russia 80 billion barrels, non-OPEC country. Libya 48 billion barrels. United States 38 billion barrels as of December 2020, non-OPEC country. Nigeria 37 billion barrels. Production and consumption in the U.S. In 2021, the United States produced about 11.185 million barrels of crude oil per day. The United States leads the world in total petroleum production, ahead of Saudi Arabia and Russia in 2020. The United States consumed an average of 19.78 million barrels of petroleum per day in 2021. The United States is the world's largest consumer of petroleum products. In 2020, for the first year since at least 1949, the United States exported more petroleum than it imported. About 52% of gross petroleum imports comes from Canada. U.S. dependence on imported oil peaked in 2005. Records. July 11, 2008 oil prices hit a record high of $147.27 a barrel before settling at $145.08 at the end of the day. September 22, 2008 oil prices experienced the biggest one-day increase ever, settling up $16.37 to $120.92 a barrel. Timeline. 1973–1974. Due to U.S. support of Israel in the Arab-Israeli conflict, the members of OPEC decide to raise the cost of oil from $3 per barrel to around $12 per barrel. October 1973. OPEC issues an embargo that halts exports of oil to the United States. Americans experience long lines at gas stations and gasoline shortages. Gasoline prices go from 36 cents a gallon in 1972 to over 50 cents a gallon in 1973. March 18, 1974. At an OPEC meeting, 7 members lift the ban on exports to United States. The countries are Algeria, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, Egypt and Abu Dhabi. Libya and Syria refuse to drop the ban and Iraq boycotts the talks. December 31, 1974. Libya lifts its 14-month-old oil embargo against the United States. December 22, 1975. U.S. President Gerald Ford establishes the Strategic Petroleum Reserve when he signs into law the Energy Policy and Conservation Act. The law is created in response to the oil embargo of 1973–1974 and the severe effect it had on the economy. It mandates that the country maintain a stockpile of 1 million barrels of petroleum, which is the largest emergency supply in the world. 2013. The United States imports less foreign oil than it produces for the first time in nearly 2 decades. 2020. The United States imports less petroleum than it exports for the first time in more than 7 decades.